Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Dai Gyakuten Saiban. We were just getting booted out of the pawn shop right now, and I'm assuming we're heading back to Holmes' place after what happened in the pawn shop. Let's get to work. I am loading it up for the save file because it was a to be continued when we left off. The same day, unspecified time, Baker Street. Ugh. This is why I hate adults. All they do is spew lies and take your stuff. So you say. Well, what's the story behind that coat? Huh? Oh my! You managed to get it back? Yep. All I had to do was give that detective bloke a good, long, hateful glare. And after he searched the pockets, he said I could have it. Whenever I want something, I always try glaring first. Seems like you could get yourself in an awful lot of trouble doing that. I really wanted that lovely disc too. That music box disc? Right, Hatchson said it had no value. Right, I'm gonna give glaring another shot. Not so fast. I really don't think anyone else will be able to get into Hatch's shop for the rest of the day. Huh? Why not? Well, I don't think there's anything anyone can do about that. They've got to investigate the shop and take Hatchon's statement. What the heck? That was my pawn good! And that one bloke, he said, right? He said, right? That there was one more pawn good. Yeah, he definitely said that. Well, that's mine too! I don't know what it was, though. That helps. Yeah, wait, sorry, he said, what a mess. 1 second, sorry. I felt like I was gonna cough or something. Anyway, where was I? In any case, it looks like your earnings for the day are more or less vanished. Have. They sure have, and it's all your fault, Holmes. How is it his fault? Him and Naruhodo was able to get the coat back at least. So, how about it? Want to come around to my place tonight? Huh? We'll treat you to an evening of Iris's dinner at my violin. I'm not going. Oh. Huh? As if I would, you idiot, Holmes! Uh-huh. She's such a tsundere. She's gone. It ended in undeserved abuse. Don't you think she might actually end up coming? Gina-san, I mean. Ho? She's thought about it for a moment. She might end up making an appearance. Understood. I'll let Iris know and have them make enough for that girl to join us. Also, you two come on over later too. Huh? I think I've got something to show you that you'll find interesting. Something interesting? What might that be? It's a surprise. Now then, see you all later. Ooh, hey, we can examine stuff. What are we examining though? This red door. I was like, this is examine a red door, but I'm like, this is kind of a red door, but I think they meant this one, so let's examine that one. It's already been about 2 months since we started renting our room at Holmes-san's office, huh? I never imagined things would turn out like this. It certainly has. To be able to live with the most famous detective in the world. Even if I end up having charges brought up against me, I'll have no regrets. I'm not really sure what you mean, but if that happens, I'll defend you. Like how she thinks about these things. There's a wide variety of items lined up in a row in front of the shop. That's Hatch's shop. It's a pawn shop. Somehow it looks a lot more stylish than a Japanese pawn shop. You're right. Japanese pawn shops aren't exactly inviting. I just remember the misery I felt the time when I had to tearfully pawn my favorite fountain pen. Oh no! It must have been quite difficult for you. Okay, but what did you pawn? How much did you actually make with that? And what were you going to use that money for? Alright. Let's move back to Holmes's place. That's not Holmes. That was new dialogue. I had not actually done that when I first went through this. The same day, 3:46 p.m. in Holmes' room.
Ah! It's Naruhodo-kun, it's Sato-chan!
Hello, Iris-chan.
Thank you very much for breakfast this morning, Iris-sama. Ah, you're welcome! Ah, is it that time already?
Are you busy right now?
Yep! Right now, see, I'm getting ready for tonight's feast.
Oh, you're really fired up about this, huh, Iris-chan?
Well, tonight, we're having a special guest join us after all. Hey, who do you think it is? I bet you'll never guess.
Iris-chan is looking at me with sparkling eyes.
I'm never sure how to reply to these sort of questions when I know the answer already. It seems that Ginny's coming! Isn't that great? Yes, how incredibly wonderful!
Iris-chan sure seems happy. Because they're BFFs! At least that's how Iris sees it.
See, I was thinking it might be fun to have a pro pickpocket teach me her tricks.
Yeah, that sounds really fun, Iris-chan.
I'm not sure I approve of that, Naruhodo-sama.
By the way, Iris-chan, where's Holmes-san?
Holmesy's been just like that ever since he got home.
Holmes-san. Don't talk to me. Huh? I don't know who you are, but you best leave immediately. As you can clearly see, I'm out right now. What are you, an answering machine? The words are caught in my throat.
Sorry, when he gets like that, he can't focus on anything else.
Right. I guess not.
Honestly, Holmesy can be such a child sometimes. Iris-sama and Holmes-sama are like parent and child, aren't they?
Yes, though the roles are opposite of what they should be. Speaking of parent and child, I wonder where Iris-chan's parents are.
What is it, Naruhodo-kun? What's got you making that face?
Never mind. It's nothing.
Oh, I know! What's this girl doing living with Holmes-san? Is what you're wondering.
How did you...
You're just so easy to understand, Naruhodo-kun.
I better be careful around this girl.
I'm a child, so there's nothing to tiptoe around me. You can ask me anything.
Alright, we'll do that then. About Gina. Speaking of Gina-san, 2 months ago during Mr. Mangado's trial.
That's right, she stole my smoke launcher prototype. We brought her here that day to eat dinner with us, see? And Jeannie and I have been friends ever since.
Oh, is that so?
Yep, whenever we happen to run into Jeannie out in the town, she always runs away as fast as she can.
Friend, right.
Huh. Then I chase after her and corner her in an alley.
There's a strange heaviness to the way she says corner her.
And then I give her a smokescreen bullet in a new color. There's so many pretty colors out there. I want to use every one of them in my smokescreen bullets.
So then, in the end, you decide to give Gina-san the smoke launcher.
Yep, that's right. I can shoot Holmesy with it all I want, but his reaction is always the same, so I got tired of it.
Poor Holmes-san.
But it's been so long since the last time we ate with Jeannie.
I hope Gina-san shows up. Wait. Did I, skip a line? Well, I don't see anything else here. Holmes and Iris.
You're probably wondering, well, how come I live with Holmesy, right?
Well, kind of, yeah. I was just wondering where your parents were. Oh, that serious face.
Well, see, my papa and mama aren't around anymore.
Oh.
My mama died giving birth to me. And my papa, at around that same time, he was on a case with Holmesy, far away somewhere.
So, was Sherlock also in Japan investigating something? Eh? Just a moment, Iris-chan. What do you mean with Holmesy?
See, my papa was always working on strange cases with Holmesy.
What?
And he left records of them. There, in that little case.
Case records.
So, you mean to say that that man, that Holmes-sama, really did have a partner who went along on his cases with him? Yep, partner. That's got kind of a nice ring to it.
And that partner was your father?
That's right. Holmesy said I wasn't allowed to open that little case. But if someone tells me not to do something, I get curious, so I ended up opening it anyway.
And that's where you found the records your father had written and left behind.
Yep, and then see, I asked Holmesy, who wrote these? Holmesy was really surprised. And then he told me who it was that had written those records. He said it was my papa.
Iris-chan's papa was Holmes-san's partner. The plot thickens! Iris's papa.
I lived with Holmesy since I was very small. So I guess it was kind of a shock when I found out that Holmesy wasn't my real papa.
Oh! I'm sure it must have. I wonder why Holmes-sama decided to tell you.
Holmesy said it was because he can't hide anything from me.
He has a point.
I mean, think about it. I've lived with Holmesy for a real long time, right? So I've learned how to just read things from the world around me. Especially lies, see? I can tell before the person even opens their mouth.
I see.
I had so much fun reading the records my papa left behind. That's why I decided to turn them into stories, the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
I thought perhaps you'd heard the stories from Holmes-sama.
Holmesy's a dreadful storyteller. He forgets about cases as soon as he finishes solving them.
Is that so?
There was a really bad example not that long ago. He forgot that he'd solved the case. So the next day, he gathered up everyone who was involved in it and solved the same case all over again. Everyone was pretty surprised.
I can't even imagine. So then, your father's name must have been...
Naturally, it was Dr. John H. Watson. He referred to himself as a medical doctor in the records he wrote. I also studied really hard and gave being a doctor a try.
A try, and now has a PhD. Yeah, I'm sorry, still don't believe that shit. Iris-chan's father went far away somewhere. Medical doctor John H. Watson. We shall now convene the trial of Naruhodo Ryunosuke. First, begin by stating the name of the victim. The victim was, Professor John H. Watson. Professor John H. Watson, a teacher in the medical department of Yume University. He lost his life right before I left Japan. Susato-san. Yes. I think we should probably wrap up this conversation here.
I have the exact same opinion.
Oh, look who it is! You lot! Holmes, please!
Home-sama!
If you're here, you ought to let me know right away! Right. Sherlock, please. Oh, well, so, you've both been well, I hope? We were just together earlier today. Oh, we were, weren't we?
By the way, Home-sama, is your violin alright?
My violin? What do you mean?
Eh?
Well, never mind that. More importantly, might you be interested in this, folks? Hello?
That's a music box disc, isn't it?
Not just a disc. This is the one confiscated by Gregson earlier. Mr. Mangeldall's disc.
Huh?
But, what's it doing here? Okay, but look closely, it's a different color. I think it's a duplicate. You know, Mr. Naruhodo, occasionally I find myself thinking, rather than being a boring old famous detective, I might be more suited for life in a major crime syndicate.
In that case, I'll be in charge of the pickpocketing for that syndicate. And Naruhodo-kun can be in charge of defending us when we get caught.
Right.
Susato-chan has really nice handwriting, so she can be in writing of leaving our crime notices. Right! I shall master it!
Let's not ask any more about Iris right now. I love how they just kind of went with it too. Alright, about the disc. So, what's the story with this disc? I thought Detective Gregson had confiscated it. Oh yes, he certainly had. And for occasions such as that, I always carry one of these with me.
Is that a bar of caramel?
You were chewing on it while you were lonely, weren't you? Mr. Naruhodo, think back to when you gave the disc to the detective. Scotland Yard will be taking possession of that item left behind after the death of Cosney Bingadal. Give it here. Right. You've got no choice, Mr. Naruhodo. If he tells you it's evidence, then you've got to hand it over. Here, take it, Junior Detective. I held the disc in my hand myself for just a moment, did I not? Yes, that's true, but what about it? That's when I put this wonderful caramel bar to work. I pushed it flushed against the disc, nice and tight, like this.
So then, the little bumps from the disc were pressed into the caramel.
This caramel is special, you see. In fact, I developed it myself. Just soft enough and yet difficult to melt. The perfect combination.
You don't say.
Two of these babies laid side by side often prove incredibly handy. You see, you can even take the impression of things like keys and such just by pressing it into the caramel for a moment. You can break into people's houses as much as you like. It also makes a sweet and nourishing snack. I don't know about nourishing. What a troubling invention. So I made this using that duplicate. I couldn't help wondering, what sort of music was engraved on it, see? I would like to know too. The engraved music.
So, what sort of music is recorded on that disc?
Well, unfortunately I haven't the foggiest. You don't know? Yeah. Oh, come to think of it. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box? No, I'm not.
Huh? You're not Naruhodo-kun?
Oh my god, it's a music box version of Holmes' theme.
The part responsible for making the music box play is a little bit known as a comb. When the little bumps in the disc hit the comb's teeth, the music plays. The first music boxes had the musical information recorded on a cylinder.
Later, a type that utilizes disc, like this in place of a cylinder, was developed. It was after the development of the disc reading model that music boxes' popularity exploded worldwide.
And why is that?
They're easier to produce, and by changing out the disc, you can enjoy whatever music you like. And so, throughout Europe, many companies began selling music boxes.
To be able to enjoy music without performers physically present. How wonderful.
Well, it's causing me a spot of bother now, though.
What do you mean?
The combs and workings of a given music box are completely different depending on the maker. So we need to figure out which sort of music box we can use to play this disc. Unfortunately, I can't even begin to guess.
Oh, I see. So that's the problem.
Well, I tried a few different things on this one in my hand, though. What the? But it's no good. That sounds like his crying viola earlier. It's another thing I can't make heads or tails of. So, I'm in the middle of gathering every type of music box produced throughout Europe.
Huh? Every type? See? You see how obsessive Holmesy is?
Well, aren't you curious? It's driving me mad, folks. But if you're collecting every music box made throughout Europe, won't that be an astronomical number? I suppose so. Well, at the very worst, I might need you two to vacate that room. Please, no. Mango Doll's case. Calls name Mango Doll. I think we find that name coming up again. A terrifying case 2 months ago. Right after his verdict, Mango Doll-san died a mysterious death. As for whether that had anything to do with the Grim Reaper's curse, I still don't know. The omnibus burned to the ground, and all the evidence was destroyed, along with Mango Doll's death. All the incidents he was connected with retreated into the darkness. Including that murder case we defended him in.
As far as I've seen in the newspapers, the case is still unsolved.
The incident in which the mason, Mr. Mortar, was stabbed to death. We never even figured out exactly what had happened. Mango Doll-san, whom I had been defending, was found innocent, but I wonder if that was really the correct verdict. It seems that that case isn't over yet after all.
Anyway, I'm going to start getting dinner ready, okay? Jeannie might be showing up soon.
Yeah, thanks, Iris.
Oh, then please allow me to assist you. Yeah, please, Susato-chan.
Well, I guess I'm going to check up on my old friend. I kind of flunked it somewhere earlier. Stop throwing things if they're your friends! Oh my god. I guess this just goes to show that you shouldn't leave your favorite belongings at a pawn shop. I suppose so.
Come to think of it, we heard from Hatch-sama earlier. I believe he said he was holding on to some manuscript that Iris-sama had written.
Oh? Well, was he? Yeah, that's definitely what he said. Mr. Holmes' fabled new novels are asleep in my storeroom.
Ah, right. That's right. Don't you think that's kind of wrong? Yes, those marvelous stories don't belong in a storeroom collecting dust.
You've got the wrong idea. I said it earlier, right? A pawn shop's storeroom is even more secure than a safe.
But your Stradivarius got switched with a Tatio viola, right?
Well, I guess that's bound to happen sometimes. That was definitely the person doing the pawning's issue, though.
Writing my Baskervilles was hard work, you know.
What sort of story is this? Oh, wait. What sort of story is it?
This Hound of the Baskervilles.
Wait. What's going on? Suddenly the atmosphere in this room froze over. Was she not supposed to know the title? Actually, no, she shouldn't be, right?
What did you just say now, Susato-chan? Huh? You said Hound of the Baskervilles. How did you know it was called that, Susato-chan?
Well... well, think about it. Susato-san is a huge fan of Home-san's story, so... That's great and all, but something tells me she shouldn't have known.
See, Hound of the Baskervilles hasn't been announced anywhere yet.
Yeah...
When I showed the manuscript to Holmesy, he said I couldn't announce it yet.
What?
So, until we could announce it, we should have it stored somewhere safe.
And that place was Hatch's shop storeroom.
So, why then do you know about it, Susato-chan?
Did she just have like a night outing and went to Hatch's shop and found out? Although I don't think that's really the case. Okay.
Hey, Holmesy, why?
I don't think we actually find out why she knows in this case, fortunately, but I'm pretty sure by the time this posts, somebody's gonna explain. DGS2 will probably explain this by the time this goes out, so. Oh? Is something wrong, Home-san? It appears that we have a guest.
She showed up!
And being tsundere, Gina-san.
If I'm interrupting something, I can leave. See ya.
Oh, wait, Gina-san. We've all been waiting for you. Isn't that right, Iris-chan? We're not gonna find out about this right now, I guess.
Yep, hold on just a moment. I'll get everything ready right away. Now, let's get on it, Susato-san.
Right. Welcome, Gina-sama. Now, no need to lurk over there. Come on in. I'll treat you to my solo until you can't take it anymore. Could you not go quite so far with it, please? I love Gina so much.
Wagahai!
Wagahai has come to join the party too. What a cute Kaliko. That night, Iris-chan prepared us a feast even more delicious than usual. And after dinner, we listened to Home-san's solo until we couldn't take it anymore. Gina taught us the basic tricks of her trade, and we tried them out by picking each other's pockets. And had a truly enjoyable evening. Aww. Same day at 9:34 p.m. Naruhodo's Legal Advisory Center. Tonight was really a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yes, the dinner Iris-sama prepared for us was like the food of the gods.
I think I could still hear the violins wailing echoing in my head.
And I believe I've become skilled enough now that I could swipe the judge's glasses right off his nose. May I ask you something, Naruhodo-sama?
What is it? You're being awfully formal.
It's about that telegram.
Oh. The one that Susato-san received this morning, huh? Alright, we're gonna have to stop here now because we're out of time on this video, but we'll talk about the telegram in the next one, so I'll see you guys then! I'm not really sure what you mean, but if that happens, I'll defend you. Like how she thinks about these things. There's a wide variety of items lined up in a row in front of the shop.
That's Hatch's shop. It's a pawn shop.
Somehow it looks a lot more stylish than a Japanese pawn shop.
You're right. Japanese pawn shops aren't exactly inviting.
I just remember the misery I felt the time when I had to tearfully pawn my favorite fountain pen. Oh no!
It must have been quite difficult for you.
Okay, but what did you pawn? How much did you actually make with that? And what were you going to use that money for? Alright. Let's move back to Holmes's place. That's not Holmes. That was new dialogue. I had not actually done that when I first went through this. The same day, 3:46 p.m. in Holmes' room.
Ah! It's Naruhodo-kun, it's a...
I felt like I was gonna cough or something. Anyway, where was I? In any case, it looks like your earnings for the day are more or less vanished. Have.
They sure have, and it's all your fault, Holmes.
How is it his fault? Him and Naruhodo was able to get the coat back at least. So, how about it? Want to come around to my place tonight?
Huh?
We'll treat you to an evening of Iris's dinner at my violin.
I'm not going.
Oh. Huh?
As if I would, you idiot, Holmes.
Uh-huh. She's such a tsundere.
She's gone.
It ended in undeserved abuse. Don't you think she might actually end up coming? Gina-san, I mean.
Ho?
She's thought about it for a moment. She might end up making an appearance. Understood. I'll let Dai... Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Dai Gyakuten Saiban. We were just getting booted out of the pawn shop right now, and I'm assuming we're heading back to Holmes' place after what happened in the pawn shop. Let's get to work. I am loading it up for the save file because it was a to be continued when we left off. The same day, unspecified time, Baker Street.
Ugh, this is why I hate adults. All they do is spew lies and take your stuff.
So you say. Well, what's the story behind that coat?
Huh? Oh my, you managed to get it back? Yep, all I had to do was give that detective bloke a good, long, hateful glare. And after he searched the pockets, he said I could have it. Well, if I want something, I always try glaring first.
Seems like you could get yourself in an awful lot of trouble doing that.
I really wanted that lovely disc, too. That music box disc? Right, Hatch-san said it had no value. Right, I'm gonna give glaring another shot.
Not so fast. I really don't think anyone else will be able to get into Hatch's shop for the rest of the day.
Huh? Why not?
Well, I don't think there's anything anyone can do about that. They've got to investigate the shop and take Hatchan's statement.
What the heck? That was my pawn good! And that one bloke, he said, right? He said, right? That there was one more pawn good.
Yeah, he definitely said that.
Well, that's mine too. I don't know what it was though.
That helps. Yeah, wait, sorry, he said, what a mess. 1 second, sorry. Let's know and how to make enough for that girl to join us. Also, you two come on over later too.
Huh?
I think I've got something to show you that you'll find interesting.
Something interesting? What might that be?
It's a surprise. Now then, see you all later. Ooh, hey, we can examine stuff. What are we examining though? This red door. I was like, this is examine a red door, but I'm like, this is kind of a red door, but I think they meant this one, so let's examine that one. It's already been about 2 months since we started renting our room at Homesan's office, huh? I never imagined things would turn out like this.
Ah, it certainly has. To be able to live with the most famous detective in the world. Even if I end up having charges brought up against me, I'll have no regrets.